Buongiorno. Here we go. Live on Sunday at 7. It's UFO heaven. Don't know how I come up with that, but I did. Hope you're all well, living the dream, eating the custard cream. This will be about Travis Walton, if you heard. November the 5th, 1975. He was abducted. Apparently. But first, today, 3,000 subscribers. Yeah, well, that took me by surprise. Thank you very much. Onwards and upwards. The more the merrier. Need to try and plan one of these lives when people are actually on YouTube. It's all about timing. It's all about timing, geez. But yeah, I can't believe it. Over 3,000. Been going a couple of months. October to December. So October, November, December. And here we are. 3,000 subscribers. Absolutely crazy. Don't forget you can get me on X as well. The Wizard Words with a Z at the end, because the account with the S at the end got banned. So yeah, so much for free speech. Come on, Elon, sort it out. But yeah, get me on there. That's where you can message me, let me know, or even on my about page, you can get me email address and send me any information that you may feel would be appropriate to put in one of these live streams or even a video. It's all good. Here we are on a Sunday, and I hope you got your coffees. I've got mine. What a surprise. I'm on the Nescafe again. Yes, I am. And I find it easier to be holding the mic. I feel like I can move a bit more, and I'm on my lounge. I'm on my settee. I can sit back there. I can relax. Don't want to make you all jealous. But yeah, here we are. Sunday at 7. UFO heaven. Let's get on with the old Travis Walton incident, which was an alleged alien abduction of an American forestry worker. That's Travis Walton on November the 5th, 1975, in the Apache Sitgreaves National Forest near Heber, Arizona. Is that how you spell it? Is that how you say it? Heber, Arizona. Don't know where I was going there. Walton was employed by future brother-in-law, Mike Rogers. You'll hear more about him later as well. He posts some stuff on Facebook that's very, very, very interesting. So hold on to your hats. And it was a federal contract. And this is where it gets interesting already. I'm glad I took all these notes. I don't know how I'd remember this all off by heart. On October the 20th, Rogers acknowledged in writing that the job had fallen seriously behind schedule and might not be completed by the deadline. That night, Walton and Rogers both watched, guess what? The UFO Incident, a movie about the alleged abduction of Barney and Betty Hill. I bet you heard about that. So that was on October the 20th, 1975, the same night that Rogers wrote to the Forestry Service. The NBC network aired a primetime special, The UFO Incident. And if you don't know what that was, it was a made-for-TV movie about said Barney and Betty Hill alleged alien abduction. And the film starred James Earl Jones as Barney Hill, who had undergone a hypnosis session with a psychiatrist in 1964, after which he reported recollections of an alien abduction. And for me, the one with Barney and Betty Hill, as much as I see stuff, read stuff, listen to stuff, I think it holds a lot more, what can we say, truths than the Travis Walton, without a doubt. And the reason why, obviously, we need to be mentioning this is because after that broadcast, yes, Walton, yes, Travis reportedly discussed the possibility of being taken aboard a flying saucer. Convenience! It gets better. Science writers Philip J. Klass and Michael Shermer highlight a potential motive for the hoax was to provide an act of God, and that would allow the crew to avoid a steep financial penalty from the Forestry Service for failing to complete their contract by the deadline. See, it's all starting to make sense now. According to researcher Philip J. Klass, shortly before his disappearance, Travis told his mother not to worry if he were ever abducted by aliens, because he would return safe and sound. Is this just more convenience or what? And you can see, like, you don't look that far into it and you're like, Travis, how people believe this, I do not know. But that alone, that just, like, it's convenience. It is convenience. Tell me in the comments, what do you think? It's all just seems to be a bit strange but true. The crew reported that Walton got out of the truck and ran towards the object which shone a light on him. They said they drove away in fear, only to return 15 minutes later to find both Walton and the light missing. Now, how many of you see a random light and leg it towards the light? You wouldn't. This screams set up. Screams set up. I mean, you've ever been scared and then you run straight towards it. It's not like the movies. You've got to run and twist your ankle and fall over. So every single one of them, every single one of these blokes shot off in the car, but not Travis. He got out and ran towards the light. And we're supposed to believe that. Anyway, back to my notes. Regional papers covered the story on November the 8th. And that day, a member of a Phoenix-based UFO interest group recorded a 65-minute interview with crew chief Mike Rogers and Travis's older brother, Dwayne Walton. At no point during the interview did either express any fear or concern for Travis. Rather, they expressed confidence that Travis would be returned. Did they know something? See what I mean? It just falls in your lap, this one. During the interview, 8th of November, don't forget, Rogers discussed the forestry contract. Here we go. Saying, this contract we have is seriously behind schedule. In fact, Monday the time is up. We haven't done any work on it since Wednesday because of this thing. And therefore, it won't be done. I hope they take that into account. Forestry contracts included an act of God clause that excused contractors who were delinquent due to unforeseeable circumstances. Like Philip Klass just said, this is like when you set dominoes up and it just dung, 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 dung. It's just absolutely ridiculous. On November the 9th, well, actually, let's start on the 7th of November. The 7th of November, there was a search party of 50 people. Travis Walton's mother told them, get ready for this one, I don't think there is any use of looking any further. His mother says, I don't think there's any use of looking any further. And then on the 9th of November, just 2 days later, law enforcement continued the search for Travis until late afternoon when Walton's mother again requested the search be halted. Either his mum didn't like him or she knew. How many mothers say, no, stop looking for my child. Please stop. How many? Are you lost for words? I'm lost for words. Tell me in the chat. I mean, blimey heck. The mother saying, no, please stop. Don't look for my son. He's missing. Just stop. But anyway, that was November the 9th. 2 days later, November the 11th, Rogers and the 5 other members of the forestry crew were interrogated by Arizona Department of Public Safety polygraph examiner C.E. Gilson. And this was to determine if the men had murdered Travis Walton. All denied having harmed Travis, and 5 out of the 6 men were being truthful and described results for the 6th man, Alan Dallas, as inconclusive. How weird is that? I mean, blimey heck. Nothing about this actually sort of sounds right, looks right. It's crazy. Travis claimed on Joe Rogan, if you watch Joe Rogan Experience, it is number 1597. So you can watch that on Spotify, because I did. And there's a couple of clips on YouTube. If you put in Joe Rogan, Travis Walton, then put hashtag 1597, it'll take you to a couple of videos, little bits. I will be showing you a clip in a minute of a little bit of it as well, because it just backs up like that Travis is just full of it. Anyway, Travis claimed on Joe Rogan, number 1597, that there was enough evidence for the men to be convicted of murder. That, ladies and gentlemen, was a lie, because there wasn't literally nowhere near enough evidence. So why did he say it? So I caught him on that one. Travis also claimed on Joe Rogan, the same one, number 1597, when asked if he had heard about the Barney and Betty incident, he replied, oh, I must have. And he literally downplayed it as if he had no recollection. It wasn't important, you know, there's nothing real about it, whatever. He's literally trying to distance himself from that story. So that's 2 lies that this man said. 2 lies. And what I'll do is go to this video here and listen. Let me get my headphones. Got to put these on. Listen to this. It's only a tiny clip, but listen to how he says it. And you tell me that this bloke is not full of it.
I mean, they've been seen, observed. There have been sightings for before I was born.
Had you heard of the Betty and Barney Hill story?
Wait there. I put that. I can't watch me. That's on 1.75 speed. So I don't know what you watch it at, but let's put that to normal. My bad. And let me just take it back. So we get the question from Joe himself.
For
That's better.
Before I was born.
Had you heard of the Betty and Barney Hill story before you were abducted?
I probably had.
I probably had.
But if I thought if they had some sort of...
And there you go. Change the subject. Carries on talk. I think I might have. The whole point of me showing you that and him doing that is because you can see that was his inspiration. Betty and Barney inspired this man to come up with the lie with his boss. And to top it all off, in the days following Walton's UFO claim, the National Enquirer awarded Walton and his co-workers a $5,000 prize for best UFO case of the year. Well, you can make this up. You could not make this up. But Walton did. UFO researcher Philip J. Klass agreed that Walton's story was a hoax perpetrated for financial gain. I've been saying that for years. I wish I'd actually found this information before to back me up. Everyone looks at me like, nope. And I'm like, oh, no. I know a lie when I see one. He identified many discrepancies in the accounts of Walton and his co-workers after investigating the case. Now, Mike Rogers, his boss, who was to become his brother-in-law, something really, really interesting happened. Wait for this one. You need your coffee for this one, steady your nerves, because it was in 2021. So we're talking just 3 years ago. Mike Rogers made a social media post renouncing his status as a witness to Walton's supposed abduction. After 2021 interviews with Rogers, researchers proposed that a nearby fire lookout tower and its spotlight were used to create the illusion of a flying saucer shining a beam of light on Walton. Dun, 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 dun. Well, on March the 19th, 2021, Mike Rogers posted a statement to his Facebook page announcing, I, Michael H. Rogers, being of sound and rational mind, do hereby give notice that I am no longer to be considered a witness to Travis C. Walton's supposed abduction of November the 5th, 1975. Supposed abduction. Good choice of words. He later clarified, Travis tried to keep a new remake of the movie a secret from me. He has always had his big secrets that he has kept from me. It angered me. I tried over the last 2 weeks to reason with him, but of no avail. I don't believe Travis is an honest person, and therefore I want nothing to do with him. Wow. And that's Mike Rogers, his boss. And then brother-in-law. That's what he said. And on April the 30th, Rogers placed a call to producer Ryan Gordon, who was working on a new film about the Walton incident. Gordon recorded the call without Rogers' knowledge, as permitted by Arizona law. 2 months later, on July the 4th, Gordon publicly posted audio from the call, which featured Rogers explaining, we were talking in the woods one day. We were talking about creating a UFO hoax. Okay? I don't know how the UFO got there, but I remember when I was driving the truck and he jumped out, it was all deliberate. It was all a staged thing. Okay? He ran up there and there was something about the UFO not being real, although it looked real. What more do you need to know? What more do you need to know? It was all for financial gain. As you know, Travis had his book, Fire in the Sky, The Walton Experience, which was released in 1978. Then the film, Fire in the Sky, of 1993. And then Travis, The True Story of Travis Walton, 2015. And don't forget, he's been in numerous appearances on TV shows like Ancient Aliens, etc., UFO Classified. You name it, he's been on it. So what do you say from that? Let me know in the comments. But blimey heck, there is no way ever on this earth I'd ever think that man is speaking the truth. You watch how he talks, his face. Travis Walton, genuinely, I think he's a liar. Oh, don't matter how many subscribers I got. I might have hit 3,000, but I can't see someone like Travis Walton ever wanting to be interviewed by me because I don't believe him. I do not believe a word of it. Like I say, I think the Betty and Barney Hill, that abduction has got so much more foundation, shall we say. But Travis, it's all very, very convenient, don't you think? And at what point ever is there been a light that scared everyone except one person who then says, allow me to jump out the car and run towards it? It screams setup. Screams it. Like from the rooftop screams it. It's absolutely crazy. So let me know, what do you think? Tell me, what do you think? You have to let me know. Comment below. Tell me. And obviously, as I always say, please do not forget to like this video and subscribe. It's all free and it helps. And all of this is real. Unlike Travis Walton's little story, it is indeed the greatest lie ever told. And that's what I'd even call a book if I wrote a book. But I think the people involved, like Philip J. Klass and Michael Shermer, they knew. But how can you prove this happened, and how can you disprove it? This is obviously my opinion, my view. This is how I see it. You may see it differently. Fair play to you. Fair play to you. You're entitled to, as am I. But I just can't get my head around it. There's absolutely nothing about that tells me that Travis is what you call an honest man. And if in 2021 you got his brother-in-law and his former boss posting on Facebook, admitting it, and basically saying, nope, I am no longer a witness to it. I don't want anything to do with it. What's that tell you? I think it's gone on for long enough. At some point, maybe Travis, well, he won't admit it, will he? Ever. Got to put up with his lies left, right, and centre, which is a shame. But I'd appreciate it if he actually admitted it. It would be fantastic, because there's some out there like the Betty and Barney Hill that we mentioned that are so much more credible, and those stories that add validity to the narrative, doesn't it? Abductions, UFOs, UAPs, NHI, whatever. And then you've got idiots like Travis just lying, absolutely lying through his teeth. Watch him on the Joe Rogan that I said. What did I say? Number 1597. Watch him on that on Spotify. And you tell me, just watch his face when he talks. He's just got deception written all over it. And one thing I didn't say is Travis Walton went on a game show where they do lie detector tests, and it showed deception. So he didn't even pass that. And they do claim that he passed some lie detector tests, but again, the aforementioned people, what was it, Philip Klass, he even said that these were not actually done properly in any shape or form. They don't hold any weight. I mean, lie detector tests, they say, what is it, 98%, 99% maybe, but in this circumstance he failed. And well, I don't know what to say. I've got to the conclusion that Travis Walton is lying. There's no way you can have a certain Mike Rogers, the brother-in-law, saying what he did on Facebook, admitting it was all a lie, having Travis Walton jumping out of the blooming van and running towards the light when everyone else just turned and legged it, well, drove away. Everything about this, like I said, it screams setup. And I think it's just convenient that from the October the 20th, you watch the UFO incident, and then on November the 5th, you're abducted. What inspired you then, Mr. Travis Walton? And I genuinely believe he come up with that with Mike Rogers. Hence why Mike Rogers now wants nothing more to do with it. Maybe the man has a conscience. Travis Walton doesn't. He's making too much money. So he'll continue the lie. But it got them out of the forestry contract, getting all the fines and everything. So what can you say? What can I say? But that's me. That's my views. What do you think? Anybody in the comments want to say anything? Do you believe Mr. Walton, or do you think he's an absolute 100% liar like myself? Obviously, you can believe him. You're entitled to your own opinion. But like I say, there is absolutely nothing about any of it that adds up to you think, oh, that makes you think. Like when he, Travis Walton was found, wasn't it, 5 days later? Oh, he looked like he'd been in the woods for 5 days. Because he was. That was the whole plan, wasn't it? Hide away and then suddenly pop up. Make a quick phone call when you're back. I mean, well, I don't know. What do you think? Tell me in the comments. What do you think? Do you believe Mr. Walton? Like, all I ever speak about here is stuff that I'm quite blunt. I don't want to be duped. Can't stand liars, frauds, cons, whatever you want to call them. I'll always like dig for the truth. Like the drone situation, dig through that. And some former CIA employee I said it might even be something to do with the government testing new toys, should we say, to see if it detects stuff or not. Who knows? But he always gets truth. I didn't want to do anything about the drones because, like everyone else is, and it's getting boring. And the drones, isn't it? It's not like the UFOs or UAPs, so it goes into the it's getting boring file. But Travis Walton, his lie, literally from 1975. I was born in 76. He has been lying longer than I've been on this planet. How crazy is that? Well, I'm lost for words. Said me never, really, because I've always got something to say. But yeah, that's it. That's where I stand on this one. That's why I had to do a video on it. Call Travis Walton out if no one else is. I will. There's just something about it. And I'll stand by it. What do you think? Let me know in the comments. Travis Walton, BS man number 1. 100%. But yeah, I don't think there's anything I missed on this. I've basically given you enough info there for you to maybe go do your own investigation, or you might even be happy with what I've said because I made some blooming good notes there. And I think that's about it for me. I think I personally have said enough to prove my point that Travis Walton is a liar and his story is the greatest lie ever told. But I think that'll be it from me, I think. So for now, ladies and gentlemen, that is the wizard's words.